Skate 4 is on the way, it's no secret, it's been announced for a while now, and now they're doing betas for the game, which I've signed up for, and I hope all you guys have signed up. If you haven't, go and look at how to do that and get signed up for it, especially if you're a big Skate fan. So this leads me to make my list of 5 things that I want and 5 things that I don't want in Skate 4, and you guys can let me know if you agree with me or not. So the first thing that I want in Skate 4 is no loading screens. This is next gen now, we're on the Series X and the PS5 and PC, we don't want any loading screens. Like, no loading screens, and if there are any, make them as minimal as possible. I want to be able to seamlessly travel from any part of the map to another instantly. No delay, no waiting, no nothing, I'm straight there. The only waiting screen that I am willing to accept would be going into online play. I think this is just the standard of what it should be for most games coming out these days, especially when they're utilising the PS5, PC and Xbox Series X hardware to its fullest. The second thing that I want is a large map. A larger map than Skate 3, maybe twice the size of Skate 3. I feel like that could be a really good size. If you go back and play Skate 3, or even playing Skate 3 back in the day, you can get familiar with the whole of that map in quite a short amount of time within a game's lifespan. So I feel like if it's double the size of the Skate 3's one, it's going to give so much more possibilities and so much more replayability. I feel like a larger map could really be interesting. You could make so many more little different areas. You could even have like houses that you could maybe go into where someone's got a skate park within their house or something like that. Maybe you could even go into an indoor skate park where other NPCs will be in there skating around and stuff. I think there's a lot of capabilities and a lot of new places and little things that you could add in that could be really interesting just to add some explore to the game. Third thing that I want is more customization. I want the ability to be able to change the color of my board on top of it to anything I want. Before, you had to do it through like a website and you could do it or something like that, or the only way after that, when they closed the servers down, was to do it through downloading someone else's character and who had the same board that was coloured. I want this seamlessly put into the game. I want to be able to just change the colour of my board whenever I want, the top, the bottom, all of it. I want to be able to design my own board, maybe like an emblem board creator or something like that. I can change the colour, I can choose my design, I can draw something onto it. Obviously you could put in something to ban people from putting like the obvious really bad stuff on the boards, but I still think the creative side of it would be really fun. It would be fun to see what the community can make, and I'd like it if you could be able to share those posts with the community and let other people download your creations and your boards. I think you should also be able to design your own clothes. You can write whatever you want on your t-shirt. If you make a little like team on there, you should be able to put your team name on it or something like that. It could be really fun. The fourth things that I want, and this is a big one, I want community support. I want you to be able to upload, share your skate parks, characters, board designs from a large list online. You can just search for them, sort of in like a workshop or something, where you can just download other people's characters that they've made, other people's boards that they've put on there, t-shirts, designs, everything, and add them to your character for free within the game. I think this just adds such an amazing part of community and bringing everyone together and downloading things. There was a way to do this in the old skate games. You had to go through the website and download ones you wanted, or you could do it, I think there was a list that you could go through, but as the game got older it kind of got neglected and it didn't quite work the same. But this, being able to do it with boards and people that aren't your friend downloading their skaters from a community, an entire list, I think that would be amazing. I think also it would be very cool if you could make your own game modes and then share them with people so that other people could share and play your game modes. I just think a community overhaul where everyone's involved, everyone can share their things, it would create so many opportunities for people to want to get this game, to compete with their friends for making the best park, making the best outfit. You could even have competitions hosted by Skate 4, you know, saying, oh, the person who makes the best one gets an exclusive in-game item, or X amount of money, or a chance to win some tickets to something, you know? They could do anything with this, and I think that it would be amazing. The amount of content that you would see on YouTube, people showing you how to create ones, like back in the day with Call of Duty, how to make a really cool emblem. People would just follow the tutorial and do it on there. Obviously that was before you could download them and stuff, but people could literally make so much content from this. It would be amazing. My fifth and final want for the game right now, I want the game to run at 1080p 60 FPS or higher natively. Bare minimum for this game should be 1080p 60 FPS, not a frame lower, not a quality lower. If you can get the frame rate even higher than 60, that would be amazing, because these new consoles are definitely capable of it, and if you access the hardware right and you're using it correctly, you could easily make this happen. Adding on to this, my wish would also be that we can get 1440p at 60 FPS minimum and 4K at 30 FPS minimum, with the choice to change those options within the settings, or, you know, perhaps sort of like where a lot of new gen games will give you the option, do you want performance mode or do you want like resolution mode? I think that's the two. Don't quote me on that. I think I might be wrong. I know one's performance mode, and then ones and a different. Is it quality and performance? One or the other. So I think if you choose performance, you get higher frames, and if you choose quality, you get a better picture. Now let's move on to the things that I do not want to see in Skate 4. I don't want to be seeing excessive microtransactions or DLCs. I haven't got time for that. Do not start ramming this game full of DLC because it will ruin it, and that's what ruins a lot of current games. Too many microtransactions. Nobody wants them to be rammed down our throat and expensive and all over the place. There was microtransactions in Skate 3, and that's fine. Something similar to that would be okay with me. I think new maps should be available for free as an update, maybe twice a year, maybe 3 times a year. Just add like a new map or a new location, even if it's small. I'd be happy with microtransactions being like a specific board or a specific character that you cannot get any other way, maybe. But like, as long as it's not overdone and there's not so many put in, because it will just ruin the game and make it feel like a money grab, and nobody likes microtransactions being forced down their throat. Second thing, and I know this is controversial because I had someone comment about it in my last video that I did like this, I don't want trick lining to be as meta and OP as it was in Skate 3. I just want it to be nerfed for online play competitions. Keep it the same in free play, and when you're in online lobbies but you're not competing, keep it the same, that's absolutely fine. But I think within online competitions, it needs to be nerfed because it is just so OP and people just constantly spam it, get the max score, and it no longer becomes fun. It just becomes about, oh, how great can you trick line? It's just not great. That was the only thing about Skate 3 that used to wind me up. So I think if that could be nerfed and not be as strong within Skate 4, I'd be pretty happy. The third thing I want, and this is to do with game mechanics, I don't want there to be hills and like slopes that you can't run up, like it just pushes you back down on. Because in previous games, especially Skate 3, if you tried to run up ramps or you tried to run up certain hills and it was deemed too steep, it would just push you back, which is just really annoying. I want more freedom of motion to be able to climb things, to be able to run up and jump on stuff. If this was real life, I could easily run and jump up on a half pipe. I would find a way to get up this hill if it was that steep. I'd find a way, it would work. So allow us to have a similar sort of motion within the game so that we can get to different areas and just enjoy the game. Number 4, again, is similar to what I just said, but I don't want there to be that inability to fight back properly to NPCs. Because in Skate 3 you could bump into them and occasionally hit them, but you wouldn't be able to properly fight them, and they would just be able to push you over or outrun you, so you couldn't really do much about it. If you annoyed a pedestrian or you annoyed anyone that was around you in the game, they would get like a little arrow above their head and charge at you. They could run faster than you could, they could push you off your board and make your character reset, they could hit you, they could do everything, but you couldn't properly stand there and fight them back. And obviously a lot of fights do happen at skate parks and things like that, so I feel like it could just be a feature that they could just add, that you can punch, you know, other skaters and stuff if you wanted to. But obviously there could be like, you know, say like a disadvantage if you do that. So if you scrap and fight people, then you lose a certain amount of like board sales or something like that. Something similar to like what GTA does. If you die, you lose a bit of money. So maybe something like that. And the final thing that I don't want in Skate 4 is I don't want there to be any limits or out of bounds within the map. I want it to be as open world and freedom to explore as much as possible. Within the Skate 3, if you fall into a certain part, like if you fall into like little fields and little pots and things like that, it resets your character entirely. You're not allowed to go into certain areas. I don't want that to be a thing anymore. I want you to be able to go absolutely wherever you want within the game. So I don't want there to be any more of that inability to get to places. Anyway guys, that's been my video. If you guys have agreed with me or disagreed with me, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to add anything and you feel like I haven't said something that maybe you would want to add or wouldn't want in the game, let me know down below and I'll be interested to see what you guys think. And with that, I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.